Hi everyone, it's QuickyBaby and welcome back to World of Tanks. And finally today, one of the most asked questions over the last few months is about to be answered. And that is, finally, we're going to get to see what is inside this year's Holiday Ops 2025 large boxes. Now, let me clarify, this video is going to be released on the official World of Tanks YouTube channel, so please go and check it out there if you don't want to hear it with my terrible commentary.
A magical time is coming.
Oh, I think I'll full screen this one.
Of little joys, big surprises, and very large boxes.
What is it going to be?
Just like before, there are 4 types of boxes.
Yeah.
As well as putting a smile on your face, all boxes are guaranteed
Putting a smile on World of Tanks accountant's face, that's for sure.
to bring you gold and festive resources, both random and tied to the box type.
Okay. So obviously, if you want to get like your Jason, what's in the boxes is completely the same apart from the resource. So buy the resources for the boxes that you actually want to get.
You can also get some nice bonuses, more gold, credits, days of World of Tanks premium account.
Let's be honest, nobody really wants the Days of World of Tanks premium account, at least me, sitting here like a whale with over 1,000. But let me know in the comments, how many of you have ridiculous, insane amounts of premium that are probably going to last longer than we are all going to live on this planet?
3D styles and new 3D attachments.
That's an exciting
Vehicles
one.
from Tier 2 to Tier 9 and decorations for your festive village. You'll find both familiar decorations.
Bit of a
and
difference between Tier
selection
2
of
and
new
Tier
ones.
9, right?
There's even a Christmas ghost.
A
Just
Christmas
don't
ghost?
Put any silver
There's a Christmas ghost. I guess that's going to be a new crew that you can have.
decorations on it. Now let's talk about the main tracked surprises.
What's this?
The jet-powered T9 DZT-159
DZT 159.
is a medium tank and a miniature rocket
Tier
all
9.
in one. Its booster charges are short but sweet, and it
Ah.
has a lot of them, making this medium a real meteor. The
Okay.
DZT will be right on time for midnight celebrations, even if it leaves at 23:59. Its armor withstands more than just winter frost. Its gun launches very heavy snowballs. Each one contains 440 snowflakes of damage. This tank's rightful place is at the very top of the Christmas tree.
Poggers. Okay, let me take a quick gander at that vehicle. So, full disclosure, I have been playing these off stream, so I know exactly how they I know exactly how they all perform. Apparently, I don't know what tier it is, though. So, one of the interesting things, the DCT 159, these statistics are old, and they're actually going to be buffed before. So, there's no real point of me looking at these. One thing I can say, however, about this tank statistics is it does have rockets, but these rockets, unlike the Chinese heavy tanks, which last for 10 seconds, these rockets only last for 5 seconds, the duration. But they have a much bigger boost. So, you can see the top speed goes from 40 to 68, which is, I guess it's going to be a 50, it's more than a 50% boost. It's a 60% boost. No, it's a 70% boost that you're getting rather than the 50% boost that you get with the heavies. That means that this thing will scale very well with like a turbo. It'll scale very well with like engineer ability. Yeah, this is going to be the fastest medium in the game if you set it up right. But will that be the best way to set it up, just to be able to go very quickly for 5 seconds? We'll have to see. Full tank reviews coming on all of these vehicles. Let's see what the next tank is.
The second Tier 9 surprise is the Toro.
Oh.
This hot-headed Italian bull makes hearts burn and ammo racks explode.
Well,
With
no
an
more than any other
unusual
tank.
look, good mobility, and auto-reloading mechanics, it's guaranteed to be the star of any party. In the right hands, the bull will be unstoppable.
Is this the first Tier 9 auto-reloading heavy tank? It could be. The Toro is, as it says, an absolute bull of a tank. It's great for side scraping, as we can see here. Monstrous for side scraping. Big weak point, but 8 degrees of gun depression. The real weakness of the tank is like 360 alpha at Tier 9 with 3 seconds intra-clip reload. Again, stay tuned to the channel. I will have a full tank review for you on this vehicle coming up tomorrow.
Sometimes you might hear a brrr from the boxes. It's the long-awaited premium VZ68 Squall autocannon tank.
This is very interesting because Wargaming have actually released the premium tank after they've released the Nation. So we'll have to see whether the Squall is just better than the Tech Tree tank.
Loves flanking maneuvers. While regular autoloaders throw one icicle every 2 to 3 seconds, this one dishes out 100 shells in 4.
Brutal.
A real winter flurry.
So I can tell you about the Squall. The most crazy thing about the Squall is Wargaming have decided to kind of give it the gun that they have on the tier 9 instead and drop it down to tier 8. Everybody knows that the Blesk has like a 37mm, and look how bad the HE rounds are. 37mm of HE pen, it's not really workable. The Squall, on the other hand, has 50mm of HE pen, just like the Shelmer and the Tessac. So this thing feels as if it's more like a tier 9 drop down to tier 8. However, it does have some significant issues in other areas that I will let you know all about in my tank reviews.
The XM57 is in no rush.
Oh wow, it's super heavy.
Because it's the enemy who should be running from it.
Ah, clever.
Its armor can weather any snowfall.
Wow.
Its limited rotation turret lets you play in town areas without pushing allied heavies aside and...
Bro, it looks like an Excalibur, or it looks like a T-28 concept, but at tier 8. Wow, this thing's going to be monstrous, I can tell you. If they've made like a T-95 premium at tier 8, that's going to be scary.
Most importantly, each shot from this tank destroyer gives 630 points of happiness and joy.
630 alpha in tier 8
is to land this next hit.
Wow, so they basically took they took a tier 9, like a T-95, and dropped it down to tier 8, but shaved off a lot. Again, stay tuned to my full tank review. I'll let you know whether this is going to be the new best tier 8 premium TD.
The FV226 Contradictious.
Contradictious. I'm sure a lot of people are going to have a tough time saying Contradictious. Contradictious. This is a very exciting tank. Just watch this.
It's the vanguard of the new double-barreled heavy tank branch. It offers you a choice.
By the way, can I say it's very interesting that Wargaming are putting this one at the end? You'll see why in my tank review later today.
Of how you make the enemy's day with one present or two at once.
Yeah.
There's a specially trained button to help you control your generosity by switching between the modes.
Yeah.
Enemies will send you gifts in return, but your armor will help you deal with the heightened attention.
This vehicle, it's not just going to be the Contradictious. I personally think this tank should be the Controversial, because after Wargaming clearly got it wrong with the BZ-176, they now have a vehicle that has a bit like a Kranvang turret at tier 8 with 10 degrees of gun depression that can fire both of its barrels at the same time with no delay. No delay. Your accuracy gets horrendous. You have no dispersion. You're limited to 20 kilometers an hour, but you can do 720 damage with no delay. It is going to be a very punishing tank. Full tank review coming up later on today, so you can get my full opinion on it. But this is probably the one that I'm excited for. And when I'm playing it, that is.
Open large boxes to receive the tanks. If you don't get a high-tier vehicle after opening 49 boxes in a row, the 50th is guaranteed to have a surprise for you.
I wonder if the compensation will continue after you get all of the new tanks. Because if it does, that could be a good way to farm gold. But it will actually be a very bad way to farm gold if you're gambling to be able to get the gold if the compensation doesn't continue.
As well as the big tanks, the boxes also contain a whole gang of their smaller friends.
Okay.
A great reason to take it easy and enjoy some crazy fun in lower tiers.
I'll give these a go, but they're usually awful. I only really care about the 8s and 9s.
Style.
Oh!
Get as many as 6 brand.
If there's one thing that World of Tanks always does right, it's got to be the styles. I am excited for the styles.
New 3D styles from large boxes and be the best dressed at your next clan party. Turn your
Apart from everyone looks the same, you know, but oh well.
Z55 into the quintessence of beauty. Send it on a flight of fantasy.
It looks like the Super Conqueror from like a steampunk kind of vibe.
embodied in metal. Between battles, it soars through the clouds, but when it's time to fight comes, it unites magic and technology into one formidable force.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool.
Autoloader.
A little bit of a glow. It's okay. It's okay. It looks okay.
Have no chance when it arrives. The Centurion Action X, inspired by this year's Holiday Ops ambassador Jason Statham, is just as dangerous and cool. It can clear out an entire building with a witty one-liner.
I bet. I wonder if the machine gun on top, or the minigun on top, actually spins, or if that was just Wargaming doing something. We'll have to see.
It also loves chases and skirmishes, or ideally both at once. The Grill 15, meanwhile, enjoys spending time in the great outdoors.
Oh, this is good.
It casts its line waits.
I like this. This is good.
Then waits a little bit more.
But correct me if I'm wrong, didn't we already get a Gorilla style in the loot boxes many years ago? Is this the second? Is this the second Gorilla style? I mean, Twitch, this is fantastic, but didn't we already get a Gorilla style? So Wargaming are doing more styles for the same tanks. Okay, the second one. That's cool. It's even got like little fish on the side.
Then catches a fish this big. Yes, patience pays off.
This one's good.
Say, if you wait long enough, you can even catch underwater artillery.
Oh, they're putting
the
it up.
M5355 is a bold experiment designed for underwater.
Why would Wargaming do it for this tier 9? Is this the first tier 9 that's inside the loot boxes? Oh no, dude. I can't believe it. Of course they've picked the one that's OP. Wargaming, why don't you nerf this overpowered self-propelled gun rather than giving it some funky skins? Oh no, watch out. All the tier 9, the RT meme lords are coming.
Combat.
Underwater combat.
Unsuccessful.
Okay, that's it. In one way, it's funny, but I'd like to say that's also really lame of Wargaming. They should be punishing players that drown themselves. They should not be making a joke out of artillery players drowning themselves. If you drown yourself in World of Tanks, you get reported with a replay, you will get banned for a certain period of time. Drowning yourself in World of Tanks is not a joke.
Trials of it scared away not only...
That's not a joke. Like, this is one of the lamest things ever, honestly, for Wargaming's video. Like, I understand that they've made the skin cool, but drowning yourself, it's actually unsportsmanlike behavior, and you can get banned in World of Tanks for doing it. And I think Wargaming should do more to punish players who intentionally drown themselves to deny kills to the enemy team. It's pathetic, and frankly, it's incredibly frustrating to get shot by artillery the entire game, and then they go off and they drown themselves, so you can't complete your missions.
Only all the fish, but the fishermen too.
I think that was a misjudgment by Wargaming. They've made somebody from their marketing department has thought this will be funny, but they shouldn't highlight unsportsmanlike conduct in World of Tanks. The styles are cool though.
Skoda T50 is styled like the real Orlik armored train used by the Czechoslovak Legion. Just like the train, the Skoda boasts hurricane firepower and can also drive on rail tracks.
Bro, it looks great. That looks great, but they're picking such weird tanks. I mean, the Skoda T50 is a fantastic tank at tier 9. It's wonderful. Arguably my greatest game of World of Tanks up until recently with the concept was in the Skoda T50 at tier 9. But weird pick to have 2 tier 9s going into the boxes and like a copy of the Gorilla. Well, not a copy, but a second Gorilla skin. Interesting.
The tortoise has shown the world its true look. This armored beast has seen all that this life has to offer, so it's quite happy to take its time. This tortoise...
Dude, They've used the same netting that they had on the original Super Conquer skin. I'm sorry, like this one, I like the tortoise and it's cool that they've got a skin for it. But
won't let any old hair overtake it.
I don't know, man. I feel like it looks cool, but I feel like they've missed. I genuinely think that they could have done something ridiculous and silly for the tortoise. You know, we've had Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle styles. I think they could have done something more funny, like actually change it to look like a turtle, dude. It would have been epic.
Faster. In addition to the 6 new styles, the boxes also contain 4 styles from last year.
Oh, I see. So if you didn't get the EBR Hot Wheels car or whatever, the A Phase 1, the GWE 100, and this, I didn't even realize there was a GWE 100 style. Then you can still get them. The only thing that I don't like about this is, sure, the styles are cool, but the amount that you might have to gamble to be able to get one style, well, just wait for my Friday video. On my Friday video, I'll be opening loot boxes in a YouTube video, and I'll show you exactly how many boxes I had to open to be able to get the new styles, to give you an idea of how you'll maybe have to buy hundreds to be able to get a style that you want. So be careful.
The 8-cylinder EBR 105 that sets the track on fire, and the Cosmic AE Phase 1.
We've had these from last year, though.
The Camouflage GWE 100 and the battle-hardened E75.
Cool stuff.
Each of them is still as good.
Rock and roll.
On top of tanks and styles, large boxes will also bring you completely new customization elements. 3D attachments are mounted over 2D customization elements.
So that's the original style that I talked about in my video, I believe, yesterday. I think it's one of the best looking styles in the game. It's the original like Chinese New Year style on the new premium tier 9. And so let's see what these customizations are going to be like.
And attached to special points on a vehicle for a one-of-a-kind look.
That is pretty cool. But when they say one-of-a-kind, it's not really a one-of-a-kind look if the 3D attachments are the same for everyone, if that makes sense.
They can't be mounted on all vehicles yet.
I have to admit, this is a good system, and it will provide great benefit for the future to try and make a style that looks really cool for a vehicle.
A lot of
and it will be different to the style that everybody else picks. But when they're so arbitrary with where they put the plate linking, or where you can actually mount these 3D attachments, that's where the issue will be for where you can have your originality shine.
Vehicles and big tanks from the boxes are ready to be transformed. The attachments come in 3 themed sets: Naval, Asian, and Hard Rock, each containing 5 attachable elements.
Cool.
The sets contain...
I like that shark. That shark looks great. I'll see if I can put it on my Gorilla. I want to set my Gorilla up like that. I like the kind of like the grinder on the front. I'm going to put that on maybe a BZ75, something like that. Put some searchlights and some heavy metal. I'm sure people will put it on their Sabaton tank.
Epic and legendary attachments.
Cool.
The latter always have their own unique animation.
It does look cool.
You can enjoy it while waiting for your time to shine in battle.
I like it. I like it. I like it. It's a cool system.
3D attachments drop in random order, but only the ones you haven't yet received. If you get every attachment once, the next...
I wonder if this kind of stuff is going to come to Twitch drops. Now what we need is we need to have an Uncle Scrubby Baby 3D attachment, okay? Me on the chair with my arms folded, okay? And everyone will put me on the M3 Lee, okay? Perfect. Brilliant. You can actually have Uncle Scrubby Baby lead you into battle, and he can shout at the enemies obscenities when you defeat them. That would be brilliant, you know? Say hello to the garage for us, like that. Imagine that. That would be peak World of Tanks. Peak World of Tanks. Peak.
Ones will drop again without
peak World of Tanks.
This way, your collection will be as diverse as possible. You'll have something to boast before other tankers. Unbox new tanks, styles, and 3D attachments, and enjoy yourself. Because every large box means excited anticipation, a happy surprise, and lots of fun.
Well, a happy surprise as long as you get what you want, and not like you getting 1 day of premium for your $1 to $2 that you put into the wargaming slot machine. Let's be honest.
Each box is a celebration.
I don't like this part of the video where they're trying to tie these gamble mechanics to like your emotions. It's seedy business practices, but let's be honest, the content's also pretty cool at times. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I think that's going to be it. So once again, if you want to see this video, you can watch it on the official World of Tanks channel. All in all, I think the styles look pretty darn cool. I have to admit that gorilla style That Gorilla style just gets me. I love that Gorilla style. I've made the Gorilla great again with an accuracy build, and that Gorilla style just gets me. It's perfect. Anyway, ladies and gents, boys and girls, that is it for today. That was my rough opinion on everything that you'll be able to get in the large boxes. Once again, please be warned that you opening hundreds of these boxes might be required for you to get the one thing that you actually want from them. And just be careful with your money. Anyway, I'll be doing a full Contradictious review today. I'll be doing a full Toro review tomorrow, and I'll be following the rest of the tank reviews up. And I'll be opening a couple of 100 or 300 loot boxes on the YouTube channel this Friday if you want to see exactly your chances of being able to get the loot that you do from them. Anyway, that's it for today. Really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you hated it, give it a thumbs down. And let me know in the comments what you think about everything that's inside the loot boxes. Do you think the tanks look incredible? Do you think the styles look awesome? Do you think I'm overreacting about Wargaming showing an artillery literally drowning themselves on purpose in one of their videos? What do you think about that? And as always, thank you so much for watching. You've been epic, and hopefully I'll see you soon.